Recording in progress. Recording stopped. Recording in progress.
Hey, Latavius, can you hear me okay?
Yes,
All right, great. Thanks for joining us and taking some time to speak with our local media. We can go ahead and get started with questions.
I apologize for being late.
No worries. We will go ahead and get started with John Worrell.
Hey, Latavius, no fines for that. No worries.
Not yet.
I guess just congrats on signing the deal and what attracted you to Buffalo.
Well, obviously it's been a team that's been contending, for the past few years, and I think have an opportunity to compete for a championship. So that's first and foremost. And then, growing up just a few hours from here, I think it's just a really cool to be able to come back to the state of New York and play football. Especially at this stage of my career.
Were you a Bills fan growing up outside of Syracuse?
Now, personally, I wasn't a Bills fan. I actually just like players. So I can't say I was a Bills fan. I can't say I wasn't. I know that was the team locally growing up, but I just was a fan of like football players growing up. Fred Taylor, Adrian Peterson when I was coming out, but definitely always, was drawn to being a Bills fan, especially just from friends and family growing up in Syracuse.
Gotcha. And the last thing from me, I guess you're putting your volunteer coaching career on hold. I guess you contemplated that last year. What did the production you were able to generate in Denver show to you, perhaps?
Yeah, just the fact, like, when you're sitting at home and you're training and everybody else is at training camp or OTAs, you do have some doubts. Just, am I going to get another opportunity? Do I need to wait around, or do I, get involved in some other things? Because I was just kind of getting bored, getting antsy. And so volunteering for the local high school down in Orlando was just my way of doing that. And then I got the call, honestly, my first day volunteering. And so, it's crazy how it works, but, just the fact that I could go out in Denver and do what I thought, I knew I could do, what I was training to do and be productive. And so obviously here I am, and, this organization saw that. And so just grateful for the opportunity.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Latavius Murray, Mookie Hawkins, Buffalo Sports Cincinnati, man. Welcome to Buffalo.
Appreciate it.
I'm not too, lenient with John. You may owe me a push-up or two for being late to the meeting, though. But hey, man, 6'3", 230 pounds, man. Where do you see your game being the best asset in this offense?
Yeah, I just think we're all different running backs within that room. So I think it starts there, just bringing a different element to the backfield, to the running back room. You got James, you got Naheem, you got Damian, really all different in size even. So, I just think there's some versatility that I do have even with being bigger. But what stands out first and foremost is that my size and my speed at that size. And so, hopefully, I think, this offense has been, great at finding ways to put players in positions, players to do things that they do well. And so I look forward to, exploring that and learning the offense and fitting in.
No doubt. Speaking of fitting in, you fit in with this guy once again, a reunion with Stephon Diggs. So what it would be like to be in the same uniform with that guy again?
It's gonna be great. Our time together in Minnesota was great. We were a game away from getting to the Super Bowl. Losing to Philly in the NFC Championship. So it was a great team, competitive. A lot of similarities, great locker room, great organization. And so, we want to, go after, that ring again together. And, he's always been a friend of mine, a lot of respect for him, a lot of respect for what he does on the field, but a competitor. And I respect that the most. And so I look forward to chasing that with him again.
being 33 years old and being a veteran in this league for 10 plus years, how hungry are you to cap that off with a world championship?
Yeah, that's the only reason I'm here, honestly. It's not about anything else other than that for me. Just to be able to compete for a ring, it ain't easy, right? It's not easy at all. But I know this team has a year in and year out opportunity to do it, and so I'm here for that reason to do whatever it is I can to get us to that goal.
No doubt, man. Welcome to Buffalo, and congrats on the community center you're building up there in Syracuse as well.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Hey, Latavius, how are you? Sal Capaccio, WGR Radio in Buffalo. Good to see you, and welcome to Buffalo.
Yeah, thank you. Good to see you.
So as a guy who went to Syracuse, I'm disappointed you didn't go there, but I'm actually curious how that transpired for you coming out of New York to go down to UCF, because I'm not familiar with that part of your story.
Yeah, so Syracuse recruited me. For me, it was just growing up in Syracuse. I just felt it was best for me and calling my career and just growing as a man at that time to just get away and experience something different. And I did just that. It helped me throughout my life. And so I think that was the biggest part. It wasn't, at the time, Syracuse wasn't Syracuse football that I grew up watching with Donovan and Marvin and those guys, but I considered it, but I knew what was best for me. And so UCF somehow, some way found me. And, when you visit Central Florida in November, it's hard to come back saying you're going somewhere else. So that's how that ended up.
I totally get it. Now I know you didn't cross paths with Gabe Davis down there, but do you train with him? Do you have a relationship with him?
Yeah. We train together. We've trained together these past 2 off seasons. Developed a great relationship. Just got out of the doing some rehab together. So he's a great friend. He's another competitive, hardworking young guy that I've enjoyed being around. He's actually made me better just from being around him in the off season. So I look forward to playing with him now and again chasing it with him too.
All right, man. Congratulations, and we'll I'm sure see you soon.
Appreciate it.
Hi, Latavius. Matt Perino from Syracuse.com. Thanks for taking some time today.
What's up, Matt?
Can you tell me a little bit more about the community center and obviously, wanting to give kids the opportunities that might provide, where the genesis of the idea came from for you?
Yeah. So right now we started a foundation called the John Diaz Community Center, named after a best friend of mine who passed away in 2016, and we're in the early stages of raising funds to build a community center. And, that started from us growing up, going to the Boys and Girls Club, going to YMCAs and, playing in leagues and going on trips and programs with those facilities. And we just always thought like if we could have one in our hometown and didn't have to go to, the city or whatever, how cool would that be? And so some time went by and kind of always had that dream, but I just felt the timing was right to like really go after it. And everything kind of has, come together. We've, gotten assistance from the county, foundations, Jim and Julie Boeheim Foundation, a lot of contributions. We have the gala coming up this Saturday. And so, it's been great so far. Still a lot of work to do, but, just looking forward to bringing those opportunities to, kids like me growing up in the Syracuse area.
How often do you get back to your hometown, and do you still have a lot of family there?
Yeah, my mom still lives there, same house I grew up in. I get back, I've been back quite a bunch just with the gala and everything and planning that. But I get back pretty often, a few times a year, definitely.
And then I think you talked about it a little bit at the start, but in terms of coming into this backfield, with so many different talented players, what's your approach? I know you want to do whatever you can to help the team win, but you're a competitive guy. What were those conversations like when you were deciding, knowing that there were, a lot of backs in this room.
Yeah. The conversation really weren't much about, if it's playing time you're talking about, or I know for me, this is going into my 11th season, a lot of experience, been in rooms with multiple backs, younger backs. And so I just think the fit was right to be able to come in and, again, provide a different element in the run game. And then also, try to, help the guys around me in that room, just based off of my experience. So, I look forward to, learning from them. They're again younger, keep me young, and I also look forward to, sharing knowledge, sharing my experiences, just to make them better, which essentially helps the team.
Thanks so much, man. Congrats.
Appreciate it.
Yes, good afternoon, Latavius. George Radney, Challenger Community News. How you doing this afternoon?
I'm doing good, George. Thank you.
All righty. And I kind of laughed when they said why you left Syracuse for Central Florida, man. I was like, is that real? I try not to. You answered it very well, though, definitely for sure. But been here in Rochester, New York, and I'm just wondering what motivates you to continue to play after going into your 11th season, and now the way it's set up with the NFL PA with the veteran players, you guys, have to wait and wait on and hope that phone rings. And also, how do you motivate yourself to stay in shape and keep yourself ready for when that phone does ring and it's the right ring that you want to hear and the right team, of course? How do you do that?
Yeah, I'm motivated to win a Super Bowl, if I'm being honest, and I haven't done that yet. And so, again, when I said we came up close, I think you play the game, you grew up playing the game, you love the game. And when we came up short back in 2017, I realized then, how bad I really wanted that, how bad I really wanted to, go on and compete for a Super Bowl. And so, I can honestly say that's what I've been chasing. That's what's been motivating me. And so, but in order to do that, you gotta stay in shape. You gotta contribute. I gotta be the best player I can be in order to be on the team. And I also gotta be productive when I am out there. And so it's a combination of all that. But first and foremost, it's winning a Super Bowl. And so, that's why I'm here, and to, get better, grow, continue to grow, learn, and do whatever we can to go out there and accomplish that.
And does it benefit you a lot when you do get the call from your agent and you look at the different teams that may have an interest in you, and you say, hey, it's more on you to choose, say, hey, I can choose this case, Buffalo, because I know Minnesota, New Orleans, these teams that were all, the Ravens included, teams that were definitely had a chance that particular year to make the Super Bowl. Does that also kind of help you out on your end?
Yeah, 100%. You definitely, I'm not trying to just go anywhere. And,
Right.
I don't need to, I don't need to play for more money, right? It's about who can compete and compete for a championship, end of the day. Even choosing Denver last year, I felt going into that situation that it was going to turn out, different than it did. So, again, that's why I'm here. And so I look forward to it.
Great, Latavius. Thank you very much. Look forward to meeting you, seeing you out at training camp in Rochester, New York at St. John Fisher College. Have a great day.
I appreciate it. You too.
Hey, Latavius. Elena Getzenberg with ESPN. It's nice to meet you.
How you doing?
Good. I was curious.
Nice story, by the way.
Thanks. I was curious. You came in for a visit a couple weeks ago. What was kind of your impressions of that visit? And then what was it like? Like, when did you find out, okay, they actually, we're going to move ahead with this? Yeah,
the visit went great. I was able to sit down with, Brandon Beane and Coach McDermott, and just kind of talk about football, talk about life even. It was real, low key, and then met the other coaching staff and some of the other staff that were here in town. Not everybody was here at that time, but it just went good. I knew then, they had the right, guys in charge here, the right culture, the right organization. And so met the owner as well. So it went good. Was definitely hoping that it played out this way, that, once we kind of, seen how the draft played out, that I'd be getting that call. So, again, thankful for the opportunity to be here. Very grateful and, just excited.
So did you kind of have to like see if they addressed the position in the draft? Were you like kind of, seeing what the Bills did during the draft? Like, what was that like for you?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I was watching every pick closely. But it was fun. It was, it was interesting. I know the nature of the business, and they communicated that as well. So I really appreciated that. I knew if there was somebody to get, that they were high on, then they're going to get them. That's anybody. I just appreciated the communication. So, but even with that, yeah, I watched it close and was hoping, obviously, that, it could work out in my favor.
Awesome. And then just like getting into the building today, just like, I don't know, is it like exciting, like actually like getting started after kind of that waiting period? Just what's the feeling like?
Yeah, it feels good. We got right to work. Went out for a walkthrough right after I signed, workouts, and now talking to you guys. So I'm just excited to get to work, excited to learn, get up to speed as quick as possible, get comfortable, so I can just make an impact.
For sure. Thanks.
Yeah, hey Latavius, Alex Brasky with Batavia Daily News. You played with Dalvin Cook in Minnesota. Now you're set to play with his brother James in Buffalo. Have you had any discussions with those two about that dynamic and how much you're looking forward to that? Yeah,
me and James already talked just a little bit. But I told him he sounds just like his brother. Like if I close my eyes, I feel like it's Dalvin. But James is, a lot of similarities, just explosive players. I watched him in college and high school, even just playing with Dalvin. We obviously kind of kept up with what he was doing. And so it's been really cool to see him go from, high school to college until now he and I playing together on the same team. So, that's kind of full circle. So I think that's cool. And we just, just excited to get to work with him. As I said, hopefully give him any knowledge, any experience that I can, provide. And then it's good to be around a young player like that, a young explosive player like that, so I can learn from.
All right, thanks. Good luck.
Thank you.
That's all the questions we have today. Thanks, Latavius.
Awesome. Appreciate y'all.